The third one, which is disputed, is environmental samples. They went and sampled the stalls and the cages where these wild animals were, because we know that these wild animals are hosts for coronaviruses. And so they tested these environmental samples and found COVID-19. But so you're not really getting to the source of the data. The highest strength of evidence would be to actually find an animal host that has a virus that is strongly similar to SARS-CoV-2 as we know it today. So that has not been found to date, and it's not for lack of testing. They tested more than 80,000 animals from the market, and they found nothing similar to COVID-19. Now contrast that with SARS-CoV-1 in 2003, where they identified a SARS coronavirus very similar to the SARS-CoV-1 in palm civets. And also for swine flu, they also identified a flu virus very similar to the one that infected humans, although it was found 7 years after the pandemic. So just because there is no such virus that has been isolated from an animal host does not mean that one may not continue to be found as they diversify the range of animals that are getting tested for these coronaviruses. Now, the last evidence for a zoonotic origin is what they call the molecular clock. So a molecular clock, we know that viruses, they replicate and they mutate at a certain predicted frequency, especially RNA viruses. So we know measles, coronaviruses, hepatitis C, they are replicating and mutating at a specific predicted rate. Now, based on that, we can determine its time from the most recent ancestor. If you observe a virus right now, you can determine its closest ancestor and its distant ancestors based on certain changes in its genome, certain mutations. So using that, we can estimate that, contrary to some press reports, that the virus actually started to circulate in late 2019. So that's the evidence for a zoonotic origin